Welcome back. Man, yeah, that's a cough. Welcome back for another book talk video. It's Science Fiction Sunday. And I know I like to sing the praises of John Scalzi. He's a great science fiction author. So here we go again. Previously, I told you about Old Man's War, what a great book it was, how it worked as a standalone, part of a greater series of 6 books. Today, I'm going to tell you that was just John Scalzi's first book in his first series. He's gotten even better over the years, and so I highly recommend the more recent series called The Interdependency. It consists of 3 books that function as a trilogy. They are The Collapsing Empire, The Consuming Fire, and The Last Emperox. The Last Emperox looks like The Last Emperox, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pronounced Emperox from what I've seen online. I gave all 3 of these books 4 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed the way that they were written and the interesting science fiction concept that they are based on. I'll get into that concept. But also, after having read the Dune series, at least the 6 books by Frank Herbert, I have to tell you that this feels like John Scalzi was inspired by Dune and put part of that concept into something that modern audiences would perhaps enjoy more, if that's possible. And by that I mean really truly at the heart of Dune is conflict between trading empires. I know they come across as clans of families that have their trading companies and that sort of thing. In this story, you have those political and economic sort of conflicts, and it's enjoyable. It's not boring. It's not silly like the Star Wars Episode 1 Trade Federation conflict, but it's serious in the sense of the conflict that you have in Dune. Okay, but that's really all that I saw borrowed from Dune, just these ideas of the political dynasties and the trading companies and the conflicts between them. But it gets serious with life and death, because with so much money on the line and so much at stake, there are people out there in the galaxy who are willing to murder, who are willing to destroy ships, to disrupt all kinds of things in life. So let's get back to the core concept of the series. Humanity at some point left Earth because we found what to me come across as kind of like wormhole tunnels, but they're these conduit traveling tunnels through space. Eventually though, Earth was lost because over time, we're talking centuries here, those tunnels through space changed. The origin spot, the departure spot, the tunnels either went away or they moved or something. And that's part of what the characters in this series are trying to figure out, because apparently there was some period in the past in which these tunnels shifted that most people in society seem to have forgotten about. They just know that Earth was lost to them, and they've been living on the current trade routes. But the book series is about the fact that these tunnels seem to be collapsing, the tunnels seem to be changing. The scientists aren't really sure, and it kind of reminds me of modern politics, where the politicians and the business people and the media all seem to have something different to say about it. And so the general person living in the population is kind of shrugging their shoulders, trying to figure out what is fact, what is opinion, what is the actual science. So it is fun to see the characters who actually have some research and knowledge try to convince other people and see where that goes. There's more to the series though. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, he's talking about trading companies and unexplainable wormhole situations, all of that is just part of the science fiction behind it. There are great characters in the story and really fun exchanges with those characters as they deal with the situation. I don't want to give you spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about all 3 books at the same time though, to let you know that even though there is a climactic moment built up with something interesting that happens for the end of each book, I would not plan to read The Collapsing Empire as a standalone book. When you read The Collapsing Empire, you're clearly going to want to read the second book, The Consuming Fire. And there's no way that you would end that book and go, I'm done with this series. You would definitely at that point, with all the stuff that's happened and the stuff that you don't know yet, want to continue into the 3rd book. So I applaud John Scalzi for writing a trilogy that really works as a trilogy, stands together as a trilogy, and I feel is all the more enriched when you get to the ending. If you really like certain characters, you're going to love the way that the twists happen and the things that happen for them, and that's all I'm going to say about that. It's a fun series. I highly recommend it. 4 out of 5 stars means it's great stuff. Hope you enjoyed the book talk today. Every day is a great day for a book talk. Peace.